The hero of our story tonight is the giant electronic brain.
Imagine this. The year is 2030. Work is a fluid concept and the regular 9 to 5 is a thing of the past. Creativity doesn't always land on regular hours and the quality of your work is no longer measured by the amount of time you spend in the office. The world is an interactive incubator of ideas. The empowerment that future workers get is this sense of freedom. But is too much of a good thing really a good thing? One of the key things that technology has the capability to do is to collect data. And through that data comes insights, and through that insights comes future decision making. So the data is what sells. Tech companies, they've started to build their devices and realize that changing or tweaking them in a certain way can bring in the dopamine effect, the same way sugar does. And that's when tech can be damaging. But if organizations want to take out the best from people, they're going to want to know everything about a person. We might take privacy for granted these days because, so what, right? But if tech companies and tools are used to constantly be monitoring what you're doing, how you're feeling, and judging you to see whether it adds value to your day-to-day life, at what point does that concept end? The idea of working long hours is not just accepted, but praised. And I think there's fundamentally something wrong with that. At what point do you stop working when you're home or when you're traveling on a holiday or even sometimes when you're sick? It could be a pretty screwed up thing in that sense because you are not measured by the high quality of output, but you're just measured by the quantitative output that you're doing. At what point does creativity start to take a back step and data starts to answer everything? People might feel that the idea of failure is not going to be accepted anymore because you have all the data in the world you need to make that positive decision. And I think that's something we have to think about very deeply, right? What ends up happening is people just stop taking risks. And when you stop taking risks, that's when innovation slowly starts to die out. You want people to be able to try out new things, to be able to fail. How does tech then help us come up with better solutions? I think it's learning to recognize, right, that there are many ways to solve a problem. The same way we recognize there's many ways to eat rice. The spoon way works perfectly fine. The chopsticks and bowl way works perfectly fine. The hand way works perfectly fine. If we're going to just obsess about making a better spoon, because from a data-centric standpoint, we think that that's the most efficient way, then we lose sight of all the other amazing ways we could do things too. And through that process, we end up disengaging a large fraction of people that might not prefer the spoon model. So I believe one of the biggest misconceptions with the advancement of technology and future of work is that tech can solve everything and everybody will be comfortable using tech for work. Technology is a catalyst. It isn't the end-all be-all solution to all the problems that exist in the world. But tech really helps people to communicate and collaborate on a deeper level and share information across borders. And as long as humans have this desire to work together to solve major issues, I believe technology will be used in a positive way. The effects can be tremendously valuable, but we should never lose that core crux of human relationships. The empathy that we need to have for the people around us, the love that we have for our friends and family, and more importantly, right, the cultivation and development of human connection. If we can use technology to help us get that, then that's great.